Another episode of With the Chiefs.
Wait. Man, I need more rest.
I hope I've got your last name right there.
It's a very good pronunciation.
You should know better than that now, Dom.
I know.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Bit of Candy Crush again, Dom.
Yeah, I'm addicted, mate.
It's not actually Candy Crush, is it?
No.
Okay. Alright, good. Just checking. What's happening?
Yeah, not much. We've just had a nice run at the bay together. Bit of
True.
Japanese.
Bit of Japanese.
Yep.
Never lets us down, does it?
No, absolutely not.
It's a bit of a late episode. It's 8:25 right now.
Yeah.
For runners that go to bed. Are you going to bed early these days still?
Yeah, I feel like with the challenge, you kind of have to. Like, I feel like if you have a late night, you got to exercise twice the next day.
Yeah.
And like do all this stuff. Like, you don't really get an off day.
Yeah, that's fair.
So yeah, one late night kind of throws you out by a couple of days.
Yeah. What's late anyway? Normally, like past
10 is probably getting late.
Mate, we might be pushing it tonight. Depends.
That's right. It's a weekend.
Yeah. True. It's not a school night.
Yeah. What about you? What's been happening, mate?
Do you know, just trying to ramp back up a little bit. Bit of what's happened since last time we recorded. I don't think we spoke.
It's been a while.
It's been a little bit. We did in the time state 5K.
State 5K. Head to head.
Head to. You know, I was actually like, you know, could be on for a chance here. You know, in my head, I was like, could be on for a chance to, get Dom. Yep. No chance.
It's interesting in the lead up though, like we're doing sessions every week together.
Yeah.
And it started off like you were beating me in the sessions. Then I was like getting a little bit closer.
Yeah.
And by the end of it, I was like pretty much on par.
Yeah. Which is why I'm like, it's going to be a good standoff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we did a session before. 1K reps where it was like,
that's right.
Yeah, it was tough.
Sota.
Yeah, it was Sota. It was tough to we went out a bit quick. I'm not sure if we talked about these ones.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't remember.
I can't remember either. But anyway, we went out a bit quick. But no. So when you were coming back, we were doing. First one we did was like 800s, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
I think it was 800s. And it seemed like your speed had
Still
never
there.
left. Like it was there, and then like a bit of the base dropped off. But then it all happened very quickly, where you just came back like in the space of a week, 2 weeks, and you were there. And then obviously, be like pretty fit at the moment, which is great. But the race that we did was interesting. It was hot.
Yeah,
it was very hot. And then I think before the race, I'm sort of like always got in the back of my mind about track, just like having a gripe with track.
Yeah,
and then the heat.
Tough. Like, I hate getting to the track and like having to kind of wait around for like an hour before you race.
Yep.
You just got like all this nervous energy, and especially when it was hot, it's like just the last thing you want to be doing.
Well, you know that how much 5K hurts. Yeah. And then you're layering on top, you're going to layer on top the heat. And it's like, I haven't trained that much in the heat realistically. Yeah. All the training's been done in the morning. We have a whinge about humidity, all that sort of thing.
Did you do anything to try and like cool down before the race, or?
No.
Yeah.
I'm not that intelligent.
Yeah. No, I thought of it actually, and had like an ice bath during the day.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I put a wet towel in the freezer.
Yeah.
And wore that in the car when I drove to the track.
Okay.
And then even at the track, I was like just hanging in the towel, and I reckon that made a huge difference. Like,
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I had a towel like next to my bag.
Funny you didn't mention you omitted that information to me. It's like, Dom, I remember, Dom, what have you been up to? Nothing, just just getting ready for the race. Oh,
Getting ready for the race.
Yeah, done anything? Yeah. It's like, I would have just ran out and got some, if you sort of were a good friend and let me in on that secret, then. Yeah. I mean, it might have helped. You never know.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Yeah,
maybe it didn't.
Maybe, you never know. I don't know.
But that's the first time I've like actually done something about
the
heat, which is good. Maybe just mentally it was good to know, like, okay,
yep,
it's hot, but I've done everything I can.
Yeah, true.
I've done something about it.
Yeah. Have you raced any other track races or any 5Ks in heat before like that?
I've had a couple of shockers, and maybe that's what there was. Uni games at back in the day.
It's uni games,
and I did the 10K.
Yeah.
And I thought like I was probably fit enough to run like 34, 33.
Yep.
But it was like really hot, and 10K, and I ended up running 40 minutes, and it was just like not good. So.
What shape were you in then?
Back then?
Yeah,
I was like 34, 33.
34, okay, yeah.
But I think, I don't know, it's uni games, you go out partying and all of that as well.
Yeah.
But I think I just got, really nervous about the heat and was like sitting at the track all day.
Yeah.
All the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. But I think that kind of scared me a bit as well. And I think in general, like I train in the middle of the day quite a bit, and I'm not afraid to kind of go running when it's hot. So probably played into my hands a bit. Yeah.
I don't think I did a single session like in the heat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So
in the lead up to UTA as well, we were really worried about it being hot.
Yeah.
So I was taking like hot baths.
Okay.
Which was like
hot baths.
Yeah, like you go for a run.
Hot. Oh yeah.
Go for a run and then have a bath. And
that would be miserable, wouldn't it?
Yeah. One of them, I felt dizzy by the end of it. I was like, oh, this is probably
that's like going for a run and then like jumping straight in the sauna.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
How hot? Like hot baths? Like
hot.
Just
so
before it's like burning you or something.
Pretty much. So like you're sweating and stuff in the bath.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
But I felt like it worked, or maybe it was just placebo again. But stuff like that is good for the confidence.
Yeah. Well, it's got to be. There's got to be something to acclimatizing.
I reckon
like training in the heat. If you if you never train in the heat and then you go run a fast 5K in the heat, your body's probably going to be like,
what are we doing?
Thanks for this one, but we're not going to give you much performance or not. I don't know. Okay.
Talk about the race though,
the race.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, it was just miserable.
Yeah. Were you like in the pack or like?
So I was like trying to stick with the pack for a little bit, and I was still a little bit off you and the pack you went with, but then I feel like it was just a bit. It was just a little bit too quick.
Yeah.
For where I was at fitness wise, because I think my training dropped down a little bit. Sessions hadn't been as solid, less mileage, all that sort of stuff, and maybe that played into it because I didn't feel like after 2K I was like, fuck, I'm in trouble.
Yeah, jeez.
And the heat, and then when then when you start falling off the pack as well, it's just like you're running in circles.
Yeah. In
the heat, like trying to be like, why am I doing this? But yeah, you just kind of like, even when I was really not having a good time, you just try and break it down one lap at a time. But I was stuck in like middle ground with the gears, if that makes sense. Like, I wasn't going fast. I could have been probably going a bit quicker.
It's tough, like, when you fall off the pack though as well. Like,
yeah.
It's hard to kind of really just keep pushing.
Yeah, because like I did slow down quite a bit. But and then once you fall off the pack, I was like literally right at the back.
Yeah.
And I came last, and I was like,
I don't think you did. Looking at the results, there was a couple of people behind you. Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like I was coming last. So I don't know. 16. I think it was like 16:36 or something. Which is
too
not
bad.
terrible.
Yeah.
Like, it's not terrible, but that's the problem with it when I ran 15:48 or whatever it was, and you sort of adjust in your head, like,
That's where
this
you're
is
at
where
now.
I'm at, but it's
Yeah.
it's not really, for
You're
me,
not
a
in
great
that-
way to go about it.
Yeah.
Because you just probably better to assess it on the day, or like just how
Absolutely.
you're feeling, and not
Yeah.
like try and put the expectation like I've got to run 16 minutes
Yeah.
or quicker.
But I think pretty much everyone ran like at least 30 seconds slower
Yeah.
than what they could have. Like even in the A race, it's the
Yeah.
state 5K is usually one in sub 14,
Yep.
and they ran 14:17.
Yep. Yep.
They didn't break 15 in the B race, which usually they would.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
If anything, it was just a good sort of training to like just focus mentally, keep trying to focus mentally. I will say the heats just makes it miserable.
Yeah, definitely.
Like I just didn't enjoy, at all like one of those races. But at the end, I don't think I didn't really beat myself up. I was just like, this is what it is.
Yeah.
And then we enjoyed watching the races.
Yeah, it's cool.
Like
Evening.
it was, and I think good to see you run quick as well.
Yeah.
In that heat as well.
Yeah.
I guess talk about that, Dom. What do you reckon?
Yeah, well, I guess
how'd you go?
It's kind of like chalk and cheese. Like I was really happy with how I ran.
Yeah. I remember talking to you. You're like yeah.
Like,
that's good.
Yeah,
That's
it's
good,
like
yeah.
one of the best races I've had in a long time,
That's
probably.
interesting.
Yeah.
How'd you feel going into it? Were you like
I kind of knew like
you're getting fit?
yeah, and I think that it was just like confidence was building. Like every week I was doing a workout and it was a little bit better than the last week.
Yep.
And it's just a good feeling when you just can see yourself improving like that.
Yeah.
I think that your belief in yourself starts growing, your confidence starts growing.
Yep.
So yeah, I kind of like went into it thinking I'm going to beat Smitty easy.
and sort of I knew that was going to be the case. Like deep down, I'm like, yeah, he's going to fucking pip me for sure. But yeah, because I just noticed you were just getting fitter, like in the workouts and stuff. But as you're mentioning, with confidence as well, it makes a big difference.
Definitely.
So
I
what?
think it's
go
like
on.
underrated, like having confidence in yourself.
I think so.
You have to like it comes with everything else. Like
Yeah.
I was only confident in myself because I could see myself training
Yeah.
and improving.
Yeah. You can't affirm I'm confident in
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
And then you just like, yeah, you can't like self-talk.
Yeah.
And then like not be improving in the workouts or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, went out with just with everyone.
Yeah.
It was kind of in the middle of the pack. And then I could see that there was like a little gap forming between the next group. So I decided to kind of just move up a bit.
Yep.
And then I think that happened like maybe twice. And then, yeah, I just found myself in a group kind of near the front-ish. And yeah, everyone, it was with people who were about the same level as me. We were all just like
It was
working together.
Notable people we know like Lockie Oakes and Matt Taylor.
I was a little bit ahead of them,
Yeah.
but then I fell off the pace a little bit in that group.
What pace did you sort of at initially, like 15:45?
15:45, 15:30 sort of pace.
Okay. Yeah.
But then yeah, towards the back half of the race, I started to fall back a bit, and then I was getting passed by a few people.
Yeah.
And
At what point? Like, do you remember distinctly, or like at what point in the race? Was it the classic 3K drop off?
Probably like around there.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Matt Taylor passed me probably like with like 2 or 3 laps to go.
Yeah.
And he had like a fair bit on me actually. But I think that because I had kind of like eased off a bit in the last couple of Ks or whatever,
Yeah.
I knew, okay, like there's no excuse to not have a go
At the end.
towards the end. Yeah.
Yep.
So I was able to really pick it up and ended up just getting past Matt Taylor.
Really?
Which is good. Yeah.
You had a bit of the kick at the end.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
classic Don Bullock speed.
Yep.
Yeah. The classic demoralisation. Except for, obviously, Fingal Bay. But anyway. I actually can't believe anyway. We've gone on about that. But you got the speed and you just didn't. You're just like...
I think I don't know, just like hungover and tired from the night before. And you had the super shoes on and I was just in flats. Yeah, I don't know. I've got every excuse in the world, but you beat me.
Mate,
yeah.
you run sub 2.
Sub 2.
In
Yeah.
800.
Yeah.
And you got beaten by like an entry level marathoner in a 5K. Like, come on, mate. Like, what are you doing? I had to add this in because you flogged me in the state 5K, so now I feel better about myself.
Yeah.
Anyway.
How many years ago was that?
That was a long time ago. That was ages ago.
I think it was before COVID, wasn't it?
Yeah, much before.
No, but you beat me, yeah.
But it's the only one I've gotten. One day I'll get another one.
Yeah.
One day.
But then
Yeah.
so
good.
Since then, what's been happening?
I'm just gonna start building up a bit of maybe a bit more mileage now, getting ready for Gold Coast, but it's a long way away, isn't it?
Yeah, July.
Long way away. It's probably like...
Are you going to Canberra?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I didn't have any plans. I might just try and just get into a groove in terms of training.
Yeah. There's plenty of races around. If you
plenty of
want to
races.
do something.
I could probably just like do something as it springs up.
Yeah.
But gonna focus on doing just building consistency again. Probably do like the Delta session on Tuesday. Obviously jogging in between, and then Thursday might do like a half marathon based session, and then just long run on Sunday. But as I go, just mixing it up essentially.
Yep.
See how I feel. Yeah, but should be good. I think. What else? I kind of missed doing the 5K we just did. What's it called?
Pride 5000.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that was really good.
That's good.
That's probably the funnest event I've done all year. Funnest day of the year for sure. Yeah.
Electric was the atmosphere. I think. Electric.
Yeah.
I rocked up in jeans to spectate, and then as soon as I got there, I was like, "Damn it! I should have just done like a workout or something."
Yeah.
Done the second one, like run with you or something. Yeah, but I was too scarred from before. I was just too scarred from the track.
Really?
Yeah, I was like, nah, I'm
no
done.
more track.
Nah.
Yeah, right.
But then I was like, But yeah. Anyway, how's training with you going?
It's been good.
Yeah.
I've I don't know, kind of like realized like, oh shit, after the state 5K, I've got 6 foot track coming up. And it's coming around quick.
Yep.
So I've kind of just been like cramming marathon training into about a month.
Yeah. I'm noticing the messages been like, well, what are you doing? He's like, I've got to do a marathon session.
Yeah, like shit.
Like, shit. It's just got an underlying sense of urgency. I've got to do a marathon session.
I know, it's like shit. Like it's, you can't like bluff your way through a marathon.
Nope.
So, that's been the main focus. And it's been fun. There's a guy at Turbo who's been rocking up. He's like a carpenter.
Yeah, this is a guy we met at
yeah,
like briefly on the track.
Yeah, I think his name's like Oren or something like that. He's French. I probably stuffed up his name. I'm good at that.
Yeah.
But just he's incredibly talented. Like,
Yep.
He runs like 30Ks a week. Comes down to training and is just beating me in training. So it's like. It's been good to kind of like have him to kind of go off and to kind of like chase and work with.
Yep.
But I bullied him into doing 12 by 1K the other day. And,
Dominic, I don't know about this one.
No, but it was really good. Like it was just good like bonding session out there.
Yeah.
Like I battled, he battled, but it was just
What were the was it like
it started
marathon
off-
paces or
it was meant to be, but
that doesn't might be quicker by the sounds of it.
yeah, the first like 6 were like 3:20, and then I was going backwards like hard. I was like, I think I did one at like 3:50.
Oh.
But he
Wait, what was it off? Sorry, how much rest?
it was just like jog 200.
Okay.
So pretty much you kept going the whole time. It was like probably, I don't know, a minute.
Oh, right, okay. Yep,
Yep.
Brutal.
But yeah, I was battling hard, and he stayed pretty strong. But then I kind of like came good again throughout the workout, and almost like finished with him
Okay.
in the last ones. But yeah, no, it was good. It was good to just kind of put myself in the hurt locker like that,
Yeah.
because I feel like that's what's been missing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's funny when people just come out of nowhere and like with obscene talent.
yeah, like this guy, like, and when he's running as well, it doesn't look like he's like trying. It looks like he's just jogging, but he's just moving like so quick. Like, yeah, he's a freak.
Mate, maybe we should just do part-time carpentry.
Yeah,
it must be the secret.
yeah.
Anyway.
But what other sessions? Oh, I did 3 laps of the Bay Run,
Oh
which
yeah.
was pretty solid as well. That was like
Marathon style. Marathon
yeah,
pace.
like 350 kind of pace.
Yep.
And then yeah, just practicing having like gels and drinks and things like that.
Yep.
And then I've been going down to Riverview.
Oh yeah.
You
Hills?
know, yeah,
Hilliard?
the old cross country loop. Yeah.
Yep.
That we used to do back in school.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a classic for me. Like
Yeah.
very like nostalgic doing that. But I did that I think like 10 times, which is it's like probably 8Ks of work
Yep.
on a hilly kind of uneven terrain,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably what I need. And then today I went down to Queen's Park near Centennial and did a couple laps around there.
Yep.
So yeah, like there's a few pretty solid sessions.
Yeah.
That are pretty specific to marathon training and running a hilly marathon. So yeah, starting to feel okay about 6 foot now.
Yeah. What date is it exactly?
The 11th of March.
Oh, fuck, it's coming up.
Yeah, so it's like
11th of March.
2 weeks or something.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Mm.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
That'll be very good.
Yeah. Oh, and then Turbo 5K. There's another. The Pride 5000. That was like another key workout.
Yeah. That was.
Yeah.
I love that one. So Dom, what was he? He's just said to me on the download, like I might just do a session, like got to do a marathon session, 3 by 5K. I was like, whoa, Dom, big session there. So basically, I went around telling everyone that Dom was going to do all 3 races. Yeah, how'd you feel about that, Dom? That everyone kept coming up to you?
Yeah,
being
it's
"What?"
like I kind of wanted to just like go under the radar and like I don't know, just get in there and get it done. But yeah, I don't know. I didn't want it to turn into the Dom show. But no, it was fun. And it was pretty cool. Like I really, really enjoyed it. Like it's good to be a part of the races as well. Like yeah, the first race I helped out one of the guys from Turbo, Selby. He ran a PB 1941, which was just awesome. Like everyone's like so happy when they run PBs, and to play like a small part in that, or to just even like witness them reaching the best that they've ever run. It's so cool.
It is.
I love it so much. Yeah,
it's good.
And then the next race was Chris Ford, friend of the show, previous guest of the podcast.
Yes.
What episode was that?
I would not have a clue.
I'm going to say episode 21.
I'm going to say episode 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of those episodes.
Yep.
Or
none of those.
Yeah, he like sat on me in the second race, and we were trying to go sub 18.
Yep.
And a few people were actually trying to go sub 18. So I felt like there was a bit of pressure.
There was a bit of hype, and you got to pace it properly.
Yeah. But I probably was pacing about 17:30. Which meant that Chris blew up a little bit towards the end. And then another guy from the Run Club, I don't know if we've talked about Damien much in the past, but he's an absolute legend.
Yeah.
But him and Chris have had like a good little battle. Like they've both like kind of got into running at a similar time and have been improving in like a similar kind of way.
Yeah.
And I think that, they've both kind of beaten each other in the past. But Damien like just got past Chris in the last like lap or so.
Ooh.
Yeah, which was pretty cool though. Yeah.
I feel like Chris he can take that in his stride.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sure he won't get too beat up about
that.
No. But yeah, then the last race was interesting. Like, got lapped by Lockie Townsend.
That was pretty interesting, just seeing him absolutely surge.
He's just like,
moving.
Like there's just levels in running, and he was just above everyone else. Like, just put everyone out there to shame, pretty much.
How old is it? Do you know how old he is?
I think he's like
he's young, isn't he?
second year uni or third year
Yeah,
uni.
he's young. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, it was good. I was like with Sotar and Stephen and Hopper for the first like 2Ks.
Yep.
And then that's kind of like when it starts to get hard.
Yep.
And I just felt like I didn't have the strength in my legs to keep going.
Yeah.
I'd already run
the two other
5Ks. But I was pretty happy. Like I kept on going around and ran 16:14, which is pretty solid as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, a really good confidence boost for 6 foot. Like, yeah, I feel like this is probably the fittest and strongest and the best I've felt like holistically since like Canberra Marathon in 2021.
Really?
Yeah, I reckon.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, no, feeling good about
good. I can tell in the
running.
morale's like in our sessions on Thursday, just like G'd up.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good to see. It gives you juice and enthusiasm.
100%. Yeah. No,
which is good.
Yeah, really enjoying my running. It's good.
Yeah, that's good. We can do a check-in for 75, the challenge you're doing at the moment. Yeah,
yep.
How's that going?
Still going hard. I felt like the first week was like just really amped up about it. Like, yeah, let's go. Like 75 hard. And then the next week was still like, oh yeah, this is okay. But then there's been a couple of weeks where it's been like, nah, this sucks. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. And then I feel like now kind of it's like, okay, this is it. Who we are.
Yeah.
This is what we're doing. Yeah. Like it's gotten a bit easier. I feel like I've accepted the hardness.
Yeah. Well, as we were talking about before, you've been pretty used to exercising quite a bit.
Yeah.
So it's like nothing crazy out of the ordinary.
No.
It's probably more the routine of having 2 separate workouts and then keep making sure you drink the water, which you said the water's been good.
Yeah. I feel like the water has given me more kind of energy, and I haven't had like the bad kind of like down days.
Yep.
Where I sometimes feel like if you go really hard and you're doing like heaps of exercise or you have a big night or something, the next day you have like a bit of a crash. Yep. But I think it's the water that has kind of like it kept me feeling like okay and up my energy levels. Yeah. But it could be something else, who knows.
I think I like it. I love the big disclaimer.
Yeah.
I think it's the water. It's all 3.8 litres of it.
I don't want to be like the water guy. Like, I don't know.
Everyone going around like Dom's just like going around with a big bottle of water like guys, got so much energy right now. Just got so much energy. I drink all this water. Oh shit.
Yeah, but it's been good. Like having to do 2 sessions has meant that I've had to kind of tick off all the other 1%ers. So I've been like stretching probably a couple of times a week. I've been doing gym and stuff like a couple of times a week, as well as like running. So yeah, I feel like it's been good in that way that it's not just like, okay, run as much as you can. Yeah. It's like
bit of balance.
You got to do everything.
Yeah. Which is good. Tell me about the reading, because you got to do 10 pages a night minimum as part of the challenge.
Yeah. I feel like that's like a good kind of indicator of how I've felt about the challenge as well. Like the first week I was like, yeah, like this book's incredible. And was like right into it. I think like, I was like talking to people about like, oh, like I'm really enjoying the book at the moment. And then like, I feel like it's just like self-help, a bit kind of like just stuff I've heard before, like common sense, and I'm a bit over it now.
A bit over it. That's the most shitty I can ever get you, Dom. Off air, Dom's like, he's like, I'm just getting over it, and to the point where just shut up. I've never heard you drop a shut up.
No, I'm nearly finished now though. So
how many pages in are you?
like, it's 10 pages a day, so like
Okay.
280, 290, yeah.
Have you ever gone past the 10 pages? I mean, like, or you like at 10 pages, like, bing, 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 bing.
Pretty much. Like, I feel like it's just that type of book where I'm like, I'm not super enjoying it, so
Yeah.
it's like I do my 10 pages and see you later.
What's the, like, what are they actually saying? Like, what's it about?
It's like, I don't know. I feel like I just ragged on this book now.
No. Well, we don't even know what the book is, so yeah, no one will know.
True. But yeah, it's like self-help. I don't know, talking about like discipline and I don't know, just the general self-help stuff. Like it could literally be any self-help book, and you pick it up and you read exactly the same stuff. I don't know.
All right, I'll stop pressing this point.
Yeah.
Am I missing any part of the challenge? No. What else?
The worst part's been like you have to take daily progress photos, and like I just found that like it's just not necessary. Like
What do you have to do for the Like, what do you mean?
like a selfie of you in the mirror or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's like you're meant to have like your shirt off or something and like do that every day. And it's just
What?
like, that's like not that healthy. Like,
Why would you be doing that?
so you can like see the transformation or whatever at the end. But,
Daily, it's going to be hard to
yeah,
doing
like,
it daily.
I
Maybe
don't
just
know.
do one at the end.
yeah, maybe. But like, that's been, I don't know. I don't think that's a good habit to get into, looking at yourself in the mirror every day.
Yes.
So that's probably my least favorite part of the challenge.
Yep.
But what else have we got? Diet's been probably the hardest thing.
Yep.
Like just moments when like we've had birthdays and stuff like that and you can't have cake, or like just when everyone else is like doing something like having a sweet or whatever and I can't have it, it's like fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that,
I'm
it's
just going to
alright.
bring around trays of Bickies. Like, I'm going to do a spot check with you at the office. Like, oh, Smitty, you're visiting the office. And I'll come around with like cakes.
Yeah.
Same
as like alcohol. Like I imagine that's what it'd feel like if you were kind of going to like social events or whatever.
Yeah.
But
You get used to
I
it.
haven't really sort of been in those environments too much. Like
Yeah.
I feel like my life has just kind of shifted away from that.
Yeah. That's not.
Yeah.
As long as you're enjoying it for the most part.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. Like I enjoy kind of ticking stuff off.
Yep.
Yeah, it makes you feel good about yourself, and like I don't know, if you don't achieve anything in the day, at least you've done that.
Yep.
But I don't know, maybe you can also lean too much on that, and that can become too much of your identity. But
Self-awareness, Dom. I'm glad you've got it.
Yeah. But I don't know. For the most part, I'm feeling good, feeling strong. Everything's going good.
Good.
Yeah.
Jeez, I got to tone down the sarcasm a bit. Yeah, maybe that's part of my transformation.
Yeah.
Just stop being so cynical.
Mm.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's good.
How's life for you? How's Summer Hill?
Some of your life's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's doesn't change. Still close to the bay.
Yeah.
You know. It's weird. I don't get sick of the bay. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get sick of it.
I know you do. It was always the gripe when we were staying together. It's like, fuck, we're going to the bay again? I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? It's fucking sick. just go to Cook's River. It's like, nah.
Nah.
Like, talking about smells in Cook's River.
Yeah, Cook's River is a bit smelly.
Yeah, it's good to mix it up.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't really have much else really. But I think we're gonna try and
You reading much at the moment?
reading. I've just been reading like just novels. Realistically, nothing. Reading a bit of Dostoevsky,
Okay.
which is you got to find a good translation
Right.
because it's a bit
Russian.
translated into English is not that easy to read if you get the wrong one. I bought some $4 version of the book in the secondhand bookstore.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't understand anything. Like, what is this? And it's like some ancient translation.
All
So I
right.
bought a different one. Yeah, it's good. It's interesting. I think I used to obviously I used to read a lot of self-help like ages ago. And I don't know, you kind of just like you said, it's all this, after a while, it all morphs into the same thing.
Yeah.
And like everyone's got their view on like what works. And it's like, but it's like the most difficult thing in the world to like pinpoint what works for you individually. So after you read a lot, you kind of like, am I doing myself a service here? Like that was my experience at the end was like, but you can definitely take like something out of everything.
Yeah, definitely.
But if you lean too much into it, where you're like looking for the answers, and it's like they're not there. I'm sorry to tell you. Like,
no, I feel like I'd almost prefer like if the guy whose book I'm reading was more just like a biography.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that would be way more interesting.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
Yeah, just
That's
in that
interesting.
the self-help kind of fashion of this is the message, like go do this.
Yeah. That's where because there's no. You get locked into something and you can't like, it's not open for interpretation.
Yeah.
With like, I kind of been enjoying fiction because it's like, you can sort of mold it to you like how you're looking at the world. Like you're sort of making the conclusions because like the author's just like putting these characters out there and they've all got their distinct like, they've all got their own personalities, but you're sort of joining the dots to what they're trying to say, which is a lot more for me engaging at least.
Yeah, definitely.
And like the writing is like pretty good as well. Like the fiction writers seem to, I don't know, sometimes the self-help can be a bit like we just got to get the message out there.
Yeah.
And it's like the
That's
writing.
the other thing. Yeah.
Like I remember reading but if you read like fiction, good fiction, it's their thing. Like they're writers. They're like this is our everything.
And much more readable.
It's
like,
so much nicer.
Yeah. I feel like if I was reading a book like that, I wouldn't just read 10 pages. Like I'd want to finish the chapter or keep going.
Like one of them, I read I can never say it, Brothers Camera or something. I can't say the surname, but it's fucking 1,000 pages. Jeez. And like you just pump through it because it's like you're on the edge of your seat, like trying to find out what's happening and there's something about being in the 1860s that makes it a bit tricky though. Which is why you got to get a good translation. But have you ever read Did you ever read Animal Farm?
No, I don't think I have. Yeah,
it's a good book.
Yeah,
like all these like classics that we read at like school, and we were like, "This is why the hell are we reading this?"
Yeah,
you go back and read them, and you're like, "Oh wow, this is actually really good."
Yeah.
So that's been fun mixing it up. Just reading different things. Trying to do a bit of writing as well. That's not easy. It's certainly easy to read the book than try to put some words down on the page.
Yeah.
Did you ever get into did you read any fiction? Well, maybe in your younger, like...
Yeah.
Younger or
like,
not really?
Bits and pieces. I don't know. I was never a massive reader.
Yeah.
But I read Shantaram is like big, like, I don't know, 1,000 kind of page book. But
yeah, right, okay.
It was really good, yeah.
Yeah.
It's about like this guy in New Zealand, based on a true story.
Yeah.
But he's kind of like used a bit of wiggle room and made it his own.
Yeah.
But he like breaks out of jail and goes on the run to India.
Right.
And it's just like his stories
Yeah.
India on the run.
Yeah, interesting. One thing I noticed about the fiction is you remember things so much more vividly. Like I can remember all the with little prompts, like all the little parts of not the words and the quotes and stuff, but like the plot and like what happens like when this certain thing happened, and you like you can because you have to imagine it. These people are like real in your imagination. Like you build the different characters. Which is why it's pretty interesting. Where I feel like sometimes the self-help stuff is not really doesn't push my imagination and doesn't like I can't remember like certain books. I just can't remember anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what did I just read? Like, and then or like 1,000-page novel with the story and like all the plot twists and painting the characters and giving a backstory and all this stuff. You're just like, I remember that because it's like more human in a way.
Yeah.
It's like, Dom, I know you because I know you, and you got a very unique personality like we all do.
Yeah.
And the authors do a good job in putting that across. Creating the little characters. And there's also something nice about there not being a specific point to it as well.
Yeah,
like there's not.
Well,
I don't have to
though.
achieve.
Like,
there is, but you.
It's more like just a reflection on life. And like, I don't know, choosing this aspect of life to kind of focus on, or this, I don't know, characteristic or ethical dilemma or whatever.
Yeah, that's right. I think. In the characters, well, shit, we're going very far at the deep end. But anyway, like for example, it'll paint like the intellectual type and like the Catholic type and like all these different people. It's reflecting like different pockets of society, and you notice like not a lot changes.
Yeah.
In human nature.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I feel like we're just describing what a fiction book is.
Yeah, we are. But it's
I reckon it's great.
It's good to read. Good for the mind.
Yeah, and I think maybe we make that into a bit of a segment. Just
books. What we're reading.
Cheap's Books Club. Yeah.
Yeah.
If anyone wants to sponsor the segment.
Sponsor the segment. Yep.
Yep.
Penguin Books.
Shoot us an email.
Shoot us an email. I will.
Tesla, if you're out there.
Tesla, if you're out there. I don't think they're going to buy it.
Elon, you listening?
Elon, yeah, he's not. So, let me guess. We talked about running, and then we just started talking about books.
Yeah.
And I started talking about some Russian novel.
Good episode.
God. Oh, God. Sometimes I just need to rein it in.
No, it was good.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
That was good.
Yeah.
All right. Should we wrap it there?
Yeah. Stay strong.
Stay fast. Thank you for listening. Till next time. Oh, we forgot to. Damn it! I forgot the intro. Be like introduce. Anyway, next time I won't ruin it. All right. Catch ya. You should know better than that now, Dom.
I know.